Good afternoon, everybody. I guess everybody is just Joe and I. Hey, Joe, how's it going? Maybe I should give away a free a ticket to the um, raffle. Oh, well, sorry, Joe. You and Dennis now. So you'd have a 50-50 chance. We will do that soon, though, actually. Probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Even though I said I wanted to wait till I hit 750, I don't think I'm going to hit 750. I'm at 654 right now. I think I've reached the max that I'm going to get. So it will probably be within a couple weeks. I don't know why this is. Hey, I want to silence this. Hold on. Okay. I got my iPad going because I'm going to be using. Hey, it's my sister Lorraine. Glad to see you. What you don't like fish? What the heck are you doing in here? You're not a fish person. You're a guinea pig person. Cooey. They taste wonderful. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to walk around. I'm going to show you my humble little fish room that I have with some of the fishes I have. I mean, most of you have seen the big fish back there. And I showed you last week or a couple weeks ago the seahorses. The seahorses are hiding now. So I could show you the tank, but you're not going to see the seahorses. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to get off this. I'm going to have to get off this, go to this, and see where. Well, I guess I'm going to have to get off my YouTube here. So give me a few minutes, a few seconds. I got YouTube open, but it closed everything else. Okay, now it's going to go there. So let me open this one. Man. I can't. I'm such a doofus. You know, I'm a rookie at this. I was trying to use everything on my iPad today, and so I opened up YouTube just to see it on my iPad, but I didn't open up in the iPad or the YouTube link. So give me 20 seconds. Let's see. If I do this, nope. If I do this, if I do this, if I do this, I'm going to have to redo everything. So closing that. Okay. Now reopening it. Now I'm going to go to StreamYard. There we go. StreamYard, entering the studio. I'm entering the studio again on StreamYard on my iPad. Would you like access? Allow. Enter studio. Okay, I'm going to enter studio, but then I'm going to go more. I'm going to go more. I'm going to go settings. I'm going to go back. And that's good. So I'm going to add me to the. Oh, there you go. And then I'm going to remove here. So, got it. So we can see I have my iPad open now. And I'm going to walk around first the house. Got to go slow. In the backyard, we have a pond out there. Well, let's go out the back. You can just see the hole about did some filter changing yesterday, so I made a mess. So towels are out here. Pond, still kind of cold out here. It's probably 50 degrees today. So right now, the only things that are active are the goldfish and some koi. We have a turtle in here. Carl, the turtle that we gave our grandkids when it was about 50-cent piece size. There are some guppies. There are some East Coast killing mum and chugs. There are some barbs in here, but the water is really cold. Oh, there's the turtle. There's Carl right there. You can see Carl. He is sunning himself. That's what the grandkids named him, Carl. So he's doing a good job sunning himself. There's our tropical garden here. We have bananas growing. Unlike in Peru, bananas, there's some banana. They're finger bananas, ice cream bananas. Unlike in Peru, they take about 6 months to ripen. You know, bananas, after they fruit, this whole stalk will die away. And then they have little bananalets that shoot out from the roots of that banana plant. So, sorry. Our backyard. Going back in the house now. So I can't see chat. So here is our big 400-gallon tank. Let me see. Camera settings. Mirror my camera. Nope. Okay. So there you go. It's now. So right now it's just with domesticated angels. We got some rummy nose tetras from Peru. Some black tetras. A Polker tetra back there. Can't see the pleco or the giant autosynclus. There's some Corydoris back there. I think that's Nanus. A few cardinals, old cardinals. So they're hungry. They want to be eaten. They want to eat. But I haven't fed them. We have one. Let's see, where'd it go? Oh, it's this way. One assassin snail. This used to have so many Malaysian trumpet snails that at night the back walls would be covered with Malaysian trumpet snails. So I put in about 100 assassin snails. No more Malaysian trumpets. So let's go to the little saltwater tank. This is my wife's. Seahorses are hiding right now. You can see we just mostly have soft polyps, soft coral. And these are actually plastic or silicone corals that the seahorses cling to when they're out eating. So I just want to check, make sure everybody can hear me. Hey, it's the little man with long hair, skinny kid. Atkins, how you doing? And Jimmy P, how you doing? LJ Shrimp and Snails, hey, you're a new one. Sage Lindsay. So welcome to my stream. So let's go into my humble fish room. Walking down the hall, going into the garage. I know it's dark. So now we're in the garage. Indian almond leaves, catappa leaves. Another bag of Indian almond leaves and some oak leaves. So we're going into the fish room. Let me just give you, I turned the pump off so no sounds in here. And so I'm just walking by each row. So it's 2 rows. And we'll go first to the first row as you enter. Let's see if these guys will come out. There is an epistogramma back there. The males have two red stripes on the caudal fin, and on the tip of the dorsal fin, they're kind of orange in color. You can see the orange belly, that's the male. This is a brand new undescribed species of pistogramma. It is from the same region, the Sanipa region of Peru, where the full red pencilfish are found. So we had the fisherman who brought us the full red, actually brought us about 20 of these things, and I brought 3 or 4 pairs home. And there is the female here. She's looking straight at us. So no breeding yet. He's still chasing around. Maybe she's young. Any anomalies in here. Most of my tanks have, you can't really tell because they have matin filters in them. If not matin, there's some sponge filters as well. Next tank over. There is an Iquitos tiger, they call it. This is Picoltia changai. These are spotted angels from Rio Nanay in Peru. On the very back, you can see one of the wood cats. These wood cats during the daytime look like they're dead. They just kind of roll over, but they become active at night. Next to that tank is a tank of ocellatus. You can see the algae, kind of trying to focus on the algae. There are 3 gold ocellatus and 1 black ocellatus. The black ocellatus is a male. Unfortunately, I bought him a couple months ago at our local fish club auction, and the person only brought a male. My first fishes ever were guppies. First fish, I guess it's the species. So I'm a kind of a guppy freak. You know, I just like them. So here are some double swordtail guppies. In this tank here, you can see a little fish sticking his head out. This is a small pair of, man, now I forgot what they're called. Crebensis. It's one of the varieties that stays really small. Purple. They have a purple belly on them. These are some long-finned neons that I got from Redfish Bluefish. Again, if I like the fish that I buy online, I will mention them. You know, I mentioned the wet spot in Portland. Redfish Bluefish is in Washington. So I brought in about 20 of them. I'm trying to breed them. There is the egg. You know, they breed over moss and the eggs fall in. I have not gotten any eggs from them yet. It appears most of them are females. You can tell the females because they have the not the straightest line. It kind of bends up. And I believe there is only 1 male in here. So I may bring in some male normal finnage, but you really can't tell that they are long fins because the fins pretty much see-through, but those are long fin. So that going down, I have a tank just with the Picoltia changai. So all the fish that are from Peru, I've imported myself. These pleco hotels or pleco condos are actually the bricks that we use for building the buildings in Peru. They're very lightweight. And so I just, you know, when we buy, we probably still have 1,000 of these bricks on site. And so I bring them once in a while when I know I'm going to need some for the plecos. Next to this tank is a Florida native tank. These are fish that I collected when I was in Florida giving a talk at Pascal. Grant Eaters, the Garden of Eaters, their home club, and they hosted me. And so we went out collecting for a couple days. So here we have some sailfin mollies. some golden top minnows. There is one little green sunfish I thought I got out. And in the back, a sheep's head minnow. I thought I put all the sheep's head in the pond, but I didn't. And there is one Florida flagfish somewhere. He kind of hides a lot. So here we have some wood that I collected locally from some of my trees. These are roots that went primarily to the just the surface area. They weren't deep roots. So pretty nice tank. Again, you can see the matten filter on this tank. We go behind the door. This is a tank that you really can't see it very well, filled with assassin. I collected assassin snails, as well as a bunch of male guppies. We're going to be using these male guppies for my fish biology class. We're going to be doing a mate choice experiment using guppies that I imported to see if the wild guppies prefer their small little males or these domesticated guppy males. So let's move over. Well, just so you see on the bottom row, right next to the floor, these are tanks that are filled with caridina and neocaridina shrimp. Just depends on which tank it is. Lots of moss. I'm a Cladophora grower. Here are some black tigers. So various and sundry shrimp. Here is a small saltwater tank with 3 percula cones. We were thinking about taking them to the research center, but we're probably going to put them in the front tank once we take out the seahorses. Fortunately, they're all hidden, but here is a group of little Tanganyikan cichlids. They're in the caves right now, so they're not coming out. Some shrimp, some red neocaridina shrimp with some black pozo snails. You can see there's a bunch of babies in there. And they produce lots of waste. So that's after 2 days of no water change. This one's going to be really hard to see because the light behind us. This is, these are some black rice fish, some spawning mats. They're still too young to be breeding. They're less than about an inch. So they're only about an inch long. So still very young. Down below, so I have pothos growing in a lot of my tanks. I like how it looks with the roots growing in. Here are some wild discus, red spotted green discus from Peru that I brought in. My tanks aren't the prettiest tanks, especially these acrylic tanks. They're all scratched, but that's okay. These aren't necessarily, tanks that are going to be display tanks. Again, we go down, more shrimp down below, as well as some guppies. Can't see them. If we go behind us, there is a 75-gallon of some more wild discus. These are what I would call medium-sized discus. Most of them are just normal green discus. There are a few like this one. Where is he at? This one here, right there, is developing some red spots. And there are some various corridors in here. Above, we have another pair of those undescribed apistos and another pair here with the little female right here. You can barely see it behind the algae in the tank. And then there's the male coming out, thinking I'm going to feed him. Here we have a pair of
of blue diamonds. They breed every 2 weeks or so, and I'll show you some of the babies around the corner. I have 2 pairs of these blue diamonds that I got from Carlitos in Peru. The last shipment of wild fish I got in, he sent me his 2 blue diamonds because he wasn't very successful at raising the young. And so once I brought him in here, the parents have transitioned into very good parents. We go above behind us, 3 swordtails, along with some Tatia mosaica, the false orca Tatia. Again, they are a nighttime fish, so during the daytime they hide. These are some endlers. They're the stakers endlers I got from Daniken of Daniken's Aquatics when I was up there for Fishtoberfest. I got a trio of them, and so they've been breeding nicely for me. A colony of albino 144s. Let's see, I was trying to look for the other tank. If you look on the very back of the tank next to him, you'll see a baby pleco right there. And this colony only produces normal colored babies. They don't produce any albino babies at all. Here is a colony of Vienna guppies that I got from Daniken Aquatics at Fishtoberfest. Again, I got a trio, so they're producing nicely for me. If we go next to this is a tank just of female guppies. They're the partners of the male guppies that we're going to be using at the university. Let's go some empty tanks. This is an empty 125. I use it as my reservoir for my RO water since it's very cold out here in California right now. So I bring it in here before I add it to the tank. Here is a tank. Going to be hard to see. This tank is full of wild chocolate cichlids. See if I can get over from them so they can see. You can see them sitting there. There is at least 1 pair that produce eggs constantly, but of course, kind of hard to fight off all the aggressors in the tank with the other chocolate cichlids. These were imports from Peru as well that I've raised up to the adult size. I'm probably going to get rid of these either at the fin dig in the fin dig in Sacramento in June, or I may just get rid of them at one of my local clubs here. So looking down the row, we're going now to the first row. Here is the other pair of blue diamonds. You can see that they actually have eggs that they just laid a couple days ago. You can see the dark little spots. So they are protecting their young. Again, they are very good adults or very good parents. A tank that once these babies grow up to be about 2 or 3 weeks, I take them away from their parents. But what I do is I leave the babies in this tank and I take the parents and put them in another breeding tank. This one right now has some small Corydoras, I believe. Not sure which ones these are, but they're a high dorsal Cory. And, oh, there is still 1 baby discus there. I thought I moved all the baby discus. You can see the baby discus in this tank. They like to hide behind the big mass of plants. There's probably about 100 baby discus in this tank. And this is 2 days worth of feeding. So I try to do a little bit of water changes every 2 or 3 days. Going above, this is a pair of, they're hiding, a pair of Epistogramma alto tapici. Alto tapici is getting fairly common in the hobby, but it is another undescribed species. And I've tried to add some ditherfish to this tank, and I had some zebra danios that I'm adding as ditherfish. And there's another pair of Epistogramma alta tapici, but of course they're hiding. This overgrown tank is a tank of a colony, for actually only 3, of full red, the Sanipa full red pencil fish. So you can see it's a reverse trio, 2 males and a female. Supposedly they like a lot of plant material to breed, so I got myrillum, anacris, guppy grass, the roots of the pothos, trying to give them a good habitat to breed. So they have not bred for me yet, or I don't know if they have yet, but I have not seen any babies. We turn around. Here we have one of the carrot species. This is Xenotoca San Marcos, one of the carrot species of Godiids that we have in the hobby. You know, I have a couple Godiids, but this colony produces babies for me. This is Gernus metallicus, the black-chinned livebearers. Their tank is filled with guppy grass because these babies are a lot smaller than the Godiids, and there'll be some babies up here at top. Occasionally you'll see them around. This was a breeding colony of Queen Arabesque plecos, L260s, I believe. I lost one of the individuals while I was in Peru. You can see one there on the wood back there. You can see its eye. I lost one of the individuals while I was in Peru in January, and I think it was the female because I have not seen any babies since then, unless it's just a little too cool right now here in the fish room. I do have a dehumidifier that keeps the room warm, but it doesn't keep it warm all the time. Here is another group of Godiids. I actually don't remember which group of Godiids they are, so if someone could put in the chat what they are. I believe they're all females because I have never seen any babies from this group. In the back, all the way in the back here, is about 100 pygmy Corydoras catfish. I didn't say Corydora, I said Corydoras catfish. They like to stay up against the matin filter back there. I think there's probably a lot of microorganisms that they feed off of back there. But it's a nice thriving colony. They have not bred, or if they have, the eggs have disappeared. There may be a few assassin snails in there. One of the fish I forgot to show you over here is Toby. Hey, Toby. It is a lungfish that I have that I brought in to, show my fish biology students what a lungfish is, and that is my lungfish. We go next to the last tank we're going to see. I have some Altum Angels. It appears to be 2 pair because those 2 individuals stay together, and there's 2 individuals behind the driftwood that usually stay on this side of the tank. But since I turned the light off, they kind of get together. There are some corridors in here, but they seem to be hiding right now. So most of aren't really out and about, except, you know, the fish that are really, really hungry, like this Florida tank. There also is a lesser siren in there that I see occasionally, but he mostly hides beneath the rocks and stuff. So let's go back into the house. That is my humble fish room. The fish, the number of fish come and go based upon if I'm in the country or not. So, hey, there I am. Mostly I build up my fish collection during the academic year. Oh, I put my finger over it. And then right before summer, I start getting rid of fish because it's a lot easier for people to take care of. So walking back in the house, let's see if the, oh, let me put the back camera on. And one of the seahorses came out. He's probably hungry. Let's see, behind the algae, you can see there he is right there. If I get the cords out. That is, I believe, the female. The male is really pregnant. We thought he would be giving birth any day, but he has not given birth. He gave birth in first part of January, and they're supposed to have an incubation period of a month or so. So we expected him to give birth again. So let's see, I'm going to turn this camera back. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm glad we're all here. So I'm back in the live stream here. I'm back in the YouTube. Lorraine, I said hi to you a long time ago. Are you still here? Let's see if you're still here. Let's look at the participants list. And it only shows me as a participant. So did everybody leave? Say hello. Let's see, it's 1:03. Okay. Oh, okay. There's my little sister. She is a little sister. She's what, 4'8", something like that. My brother is 6'2", 6'4". I don't know, somewhere around there. I'm in the middle. So you like the other camera better, Geek Boy? You don't like my face? That really hurts. That hurts an awful lot. So, any questions out there? Any comments? I know I don't have the cleanest tanks in the world, but you know I have a full-time job. Doesn't really seem like I have a full-time job, but I have a full-time job. What coating did you use in the aquariums, and would you go for a corner tank again? The coating in the big tank, I think you're talking about the big tank behind me. The reason why I went to a corner tank is originally behind me I had two 125s. Two 125s, one on the wall going this way and the other going the other way. And I said to my wife, you know, I can have one tank there. That will just get rid of one of the tanks. And I said, well, you know, I can build a corner tank. Little did she know that I'd build a humongous corner tank. So the corner tank, the front is 8 foot, and the glass is 7 foot wide. It is 3/4 inch glass. The inside, so it's a 2x4, 3/4 inch plywood construction. It is fiberglass with fiberglass rosin, and then fiberglass, the actual fiberglass itself. There's probably about 7-8 coats of fiberglass rosin. After which I used 2-part epoxy, water potable epoxy that I purchased from Pentair Aquatic Ecosystems. Again, it's important to get water potable because it doesn't off gas as much. Still smells when you
apply it. But once it's dry, there's no more off gassing. Some of the other two-part epoxies can leach toxic materials in the tank. So I use water potable two-part epoxy. And so that's what the coating on in the inside. I've only had one leak in the about 15, 16 years the tank has been up, and that was actually one of the bulkheads in the back became loose, and there was a bulkhead at the top, which is my outflow from my canister filters below, and so I've never had any leakage other than that one bulkhead, which I just had to tighten in, and then I siliconed around it, and I haven't had any problems since that. So, unlike what we had in Peru, where we couldn't stop the little micro leaks in the tanks that we built there, and that was, right after we built them, and so we material there, I guess, isn't the best material, but we haven't had leaks here. And so actually I just got notified today that the tanks in China the build is completed and they're ready to ship to us in Peru. So hopefully within 45 days we'll have them in Peru, and we will begin filling them up with water. We hope to have the aquarium open by July 1st. Everybody think good thoughts for us. And once that happens, we'll be on our way to opening, to hopefully being self-sustainable to somewhat degree in Peru. And remember, we are having a raffle for a trip to Peru. The flight up to $2,000 for your flight costs. So if you're from the U.S., that means potentially two people. If you're from Europe or any other place in the world, that may mean only one person, depending upon the cost of the flight. So we pay for your flight. We pay for your food in Peru. You stay at the Amazon Research Center in the dormitories there. You can either help us in the aquarium, help us in the fish lab, help us do some of the research. But I suspect that most of you would like to go out on the rivers, potentially collect. So we will have the ability to collect. You then, if you want to ship the fish back to your home destination, that is, we will get you in touch with one of the local exporters that we've worked with, have you work it out with them, have the proper permits to bring the fish back into the country, and then you have fish that you collected yourself. We don't do an overabundance of collecting because we do believe in sustainability at the research center, and with sustainability is, we believe there is an over-reliance on collecting fish there where they could be sustainably fishing or sustainably raising these fish, breeding these fish in aquaculture situations. So we do have access. We also, if you want to, we can go to the fishermen's houses and see what fish that they brought in from some of the faraway locations that we won't have access to. And you can buy fish from the local fishermen. You can buy fish from the exporter themselves. That's always a good thing to do if you're going to be using them to ship your fish. So, that it's a good deal. There's no hidden cost at all. The only hidden cost that you have is that if you consume alcohol, you're responsible for your own alcohol. We don't suggest you overly drink once you're there. But, we're not opposed to people drinking. It is a smoke-free facility. So if you do smoke cigarettes, cigars, pipes, there'll be a location where you can smoke. It'll probably be under in the auditorium, which is an outside auditorium away from the dormitories. If you are a medical marijuana user, CBD oil, or anything like that, note that it is highly illegal in Peru and they'll throw you in jail. So we ask that you refrain from doing any of that there. So other than that, let's see. Howdy, Amisa. Just so you know, I will not be going to the April 1st big auction in Sacramento for SAS, primarily because Eric Thomas, Eric Thomas, will be coming down here to speak, and I'm hosting him here at my house for his time here in Southern California. Our meetings are the next day, the 2nd of April, that Sunday. So he's coming in, I think, on Saturday. So I will not be going up to SAS for their big auction, but I will be going to Findig in June. So if you're in California area or close to Sacramento, or you want to fly into Sacramento, they are having a big Fishtoberfest type meeting that they call Findig. It is, I believe, June 3rd and 4th. I was planning to leave for Peru much earlier than that, but I decided, let's go to Findig. It's only delayed my departure by about a week, 10 days. So we're going to be at Findig. We'll have a booth. Amazon Research Center will have a booth there. And I will be bringing some fish to sell in the auction. Some fish that you don't see. Maybe the new species of apistogramma. Maybe some of the full red pencilfish, some Corydoras species, probably some woodcats, some angelfish, maybe the chocolate cichlids, that whole group of chocolate cichlids. You never know. So I'll be bringing some stuff to sell in the auction. So if you go, look for the stuff. Look for my pretty face. Look for the bright orange shirts with the Amazon Research Center tag on it. So other than that, any other questions? Let's see. Let me go through chat. Nope. Evening, nobody. So there was not much chat today. Hopefully you guys are still there. Let's see, participants. If I go to it only shows me as a participant when I go to participants on YouTube. So let's see. Thank you all for showing up. Can you bring fish in through a transshipper? Jennifer Weaver asked. As far as I know, you can bring fish. You arrange things with the exporter. So if you want the exporter to ship to a transshipper, that's fine with me. That's up to you and the exporter and the transshipper. Just so you know, the minimum that you will normally ship is 10 boxes or 100 kilograms. Because if you have less than 100 kilograms, your shipping rate goes astronomically higher. I shipped in a box of mata-mata turtles, baby mata-mata turtles from a guy who breeds them there. One box, small box. We're talking maybe 2 feet by 2 feet by 6 inches high at most. That cost me, just for the shipping itself, the airline shipping was $600. Plus you pay the U.S. Fish and Wildlife permit, the entrance fees, the house fee at the cargo office. So it was probably about $1,000 for a box of 10 small mata-mata turtles, maybe weigh 5 pounds at the most. If you do 10 boxes, 100 kilogram, it is it's about, for shipping anywhere from $125 to $150 a box. So we're talking, about $1,500, $1,600 for the shipping of the 10 boxes. There are DOAs. That always happens when you ship. But last time I shipped, when I got into 10 boxes, there were very few DOAs, fortunately. Ruby Tetras. How many Ruby Tetras would it take to fill 100? Well, it's 10 boxes at about 10 kg each. In a box, they normally ship, I think, 1,000 neon Tetras in a box. So Ruby Tetra is a little bit bigger, probably, good 200, 250 if they're available. The only thing that you have to worry about is what is available at the time. If it's high water still, like last summer when the winter came from Germany, it was still high water. And so collecting in the main rivers was a little bit more difficult, but collecting in the creeks is very easy because the little creeks stay little, unless we had a massive rainstorm the night before, then they swell up, but they go down very quickly. And there you catch a pistogramma, you catch tetras, you can catch microglanus catfish, tatia, the wood cats, tetras, of course, knife fish. A lot of things are caught in the small streams. So, there's still things to do, places to go, people to see if it's really bad rain. Other than that, is there a way to go in with others on shipping? Yeah, if you collect fish or people, if you win, people then give you a list of things they want you to bring back with them. Of course, there's always ways you can go in with others on shipping, just as long as you ship to the same location. In your case, you probably shipped to San Francisco. If you had 2 or 3 friends who wanted to go in on some fish, it'd be very easy to do that. If you ship to LA, there's always potential, I'll be shipping fish back. You have to then drive down to LA to pick up the fish. But there's ways of getting around that high number, that high dollar amount for fish. So it is 1:18. Time flies when you're having a good time. If there's no more questions, doesn't appear to be any more questions. I appreciate you all showing up for my little tour of the fish room today. Not many people see my fish room unless you come directly to my house. This is the first time I've ever shown it online, so I've always shown pictures of 1 or 2 tanks. It's, it suits me. As soon as I retire and we move somewhere, my fish room will get astronomically larger, where I'll be, hopefully breeding some fish, doing some things out of the ordinary that I'm going to try to breed, that we're trying to breed there in Peru right now. So it'll piggyback some of the work we're doing in Peru. So other than that, again, appreciate you being here live. For you replay crew, thank you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, please. Plecosicho. Those green wilds, did you collect yourselves? Some of them I did collect. We have the fishermen contact us all the time, especially with discus. When they have discus, we're usually the first place they call and send pictures to see if we want discus. So some of them I did collect. Others we bought from the local fishermen. So you can collect wild discus there. Most of them, the fishermen collect them at night. We've been collecting them during the daytime around some of the structures. So it's, so that is doable. So with that, discus are my favorite fish. So I always look after discus. Hug your family. Be good to each other. Do your water changes. Feed your fish. And hope to see you next week. Hasta la vista, Lorraine. She's really Lori to us. I don't know why she wants to be called Lorraine now, like she's some sophisticated woman. Lorraine from Oregon. She made the big leap to Oregon a few years ago. Other than that, hope to see you guys next week. So we'll have a live stream next week, which is today is the 8th, the 15th. Today is don't forget, Lori, today is Susan's birthday, one of our other sisters. It's her birthday today. I already texted her, happy birthday. So next week we'll have a live stream. And then on the 22nd, I will be live streaming from Peru. I'll be going to Peru on the 17th and coming back on the 25th, just to make sure we're all ready for the tanks coming into the research center and the aquarium. So I'll be doing a live stream for there. Hopefully, if our internet's good. If you want to see something, please let me know ahead of time or while we're on the live stream. Show you things that will still what's going on at the research center. So again, I'm rambling. Sorry. Have a good day. Hope to see you again. Thanks for showing up. And with that, we will start this. If I Goodbye.